Day in Woburn. I'm your host, Samantha Stone. Thank you for joining me on July. It's so fast the summer is going by, but as always, we have good things happening in the city. Welcome, Mayor Concanon.
Hi Samantha, how's it going?
Good. Had a relaxing 4th of July with some family. Got to sit outside, which was lovely, having a nice little long weekend there.
It was very nice. Yeah, we had a great time. We went out west to the Berkshires. Anne Marie and I, we had a
Yeah,
great time and saw a nice show and got to relax a little bit. So yeah, it was a nice way to spend the fourth.
that's nice. You have a nith tradition there. It's good to
We
do that.
do, yeah. We've tried to go out most of the past, I don't know, 10 or 15 years for the fourth. There's a particular show we like to see and spend a little time just traveling around the Berkshires, enjoying nature.
It's a beautiful area.
Sure is.
Excellent. So, over the long weekend, there were some rumors about a shooting that happened near Horn Pond. Can you confirm for us if that in fact happened, or what
Yeah.
what it might have been if it wasn't that?
Yeah, so there was an incident Friday night in the area of Horn Pond. There was a shooting, and the matter is under investigation right now by Woburn PD as well as assistance from the state police. They're speaking with some of the parties involved, trying to get to the bottom of what exactly happened. As I said, because it's under investigation, we don't want to say too much publicly, but I can assure members of the public that there is no threat to the general public, and I expect that the authorities will get to the bottom of it, and I think that'll happen fairly quickly.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for that. I know that, while we're clarifying things, and it's been a busy couple of weeks in the city as people transition to the new trash carts and as we answer lots of questions, good questions about community aggregation and such. And one of
Yeah,
the things that people have been asking about is they've been noticing some non-waste management branded trucks. I think Premier might have been at least one of
yeah,
them that Waste Management appeared to be using, and just wanted to check in with you and see if you had confirmation if those were temporary rentals and Waste Management had trucks on order.
yes, they are temporary. As we've said, this is a new area for the city of Woburn, moving to automated trash pickup and working with our partners at Waste Management. They have ordered their own trucks that will have the arms to lift the buckets and fully comply with our automated process. In the meantime, while those trucks are being outfitted, they're using these rental trucks, which perform the same tasks. It's with Waste Management employees. So at some point soon, you'll see the big noticeable green trucks. But in the meantime, these are legit, and people should be pleased to let them take their trash.
I'm always pleased to let anybody who wants to take my garbage take it, candidly. But I know that Waste Management and the Board of Health and the community at large have worked hard to get used to the changes. Most cases it sort of worked. We did get a little bit behind. One of the rental trucks did have a little bit of a breakdown, but I
Yep.
believe we're all caught up on, catching up from last week's trash at this point.
Yeah. And as we've said before, we realize this is change. It's different. It's not what people are used to. So there's going to be a little bit of, you know, getting used to it and a couple of bumps here and there. But all in all, I think it's gone okay. I know that that may not sound great to someone who didn't get their cart yet. And we are working, I know the Board of Health is working feverishly with Waste Management to get everybody the carts they need. So we do appreciate everyone's patience. But again, where it's new and it's different, there's bound to be a little bit of a hiccup. But I think, as I said before, if everyone has a positive attitude and we work together, we'll get through this. And soon enough, this will be the norm. People will be used to it. They'll have a better sense of how much trash they're actually putting out, the capacity of the bins, and whether or not they need additional bins and or overflow bags. And on our end, we will have, in partnership with the Board of Health and the Waste Management Company, we will have worked out the kinks. So again, we do appreciate everyone's patience and just ask that you bear with us as we get through this initial uh, rollout process.
Now, on the good news front, we had received a grant for an energy manager for the municipality, for the city. And I thought this was a good opportunity to talk a little bit about what we hope that person will be doing. They're not hired yet. This is
Uh,
very new news, but good news, in fact.
yeah, there's actually two grants that we received. excuse me, and they're funded by the utility companies, which is even better. This isn't costing the city any money, but these are two positions. One is uh, municipal energy manager. And that's the position you're speaking about,
Mhm.
where this person would work closely with our new facilities manager at DPW, and they would be focused on ensuring that the city and our buildings are efficient and we're utilizing the best technology to make sure we're saving taxpayers money when we're heating and cooling and keeping our buildings operational. The second position is an energy advocate position, which is geared towards getting information out to residents and business owners here in Woburn to make sure that they're maximizing every opportunity to save money on their utility bills. A lot of people, I think, are familiar with the Mass Save program, and that's what this is all about. It'll be a an entity or a person or a consultant working with the city of Woburn to make sure we use all the avenues to get the word out uh, directly to residents and through groups to make sure people are aware of all these opportunities. Again, they may or may not work for every individual, but at least they'll know that the programs exist. They can answer some questions, and the people can make up their own minds what they'd like to avail themselves of.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about this before, but since we're talking about electricity costs and you mentioned residents, I'll just remind people that we do have a bill review with Eversource on Tuesday from 3:30 to 6:30, which is sort of just drop in time, bring your bill. They have a number of discount programs, and there'll be an opportunity to have staff there to see if you qualify for that. Might be an additional way that folks might be able to save a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. Sometimes you take a look at it, it can be kind of confusing trying to thoughts. So this would be a nice way for people to ask specific questions about their own individual bill
Mhm.
and then be able to be, they can make an informed decision about what they'd like to do going forward in terms of aggregation or whether they want to stay with their own provider, completely up to them.
Excellent. We've had a few people ask about paving. It's that time of year where we're driving around and the roads get to be fixed and repaired and such. And folks have been asking, I believe we've gone out to bid for our paving project, but until we get those prices back, we won't know the exact streets that we're able to fund. But do you have a sense of timing for that?
Yeah, so the paving contracts follow the fiscal year. So we're actually people will see us out and about now finishing up some jobs from this
Mhm.
prior fiscal year. You probably saw the crews out on Russell Street. They were on Belford Circle, Green and Nashua, and Akerson so far. Made great work so far there. And then we finalized the plan for the second half, FY 26, going into the fall. So there'll be even more streets being paved there. We're in the final steps right now between the city engineer, the DPW superintendent, and consultation with city council members. As soon as we have that final list for the next round of paving, we'll make sure that gets up on the city website. But yeah, we're well underway for the spring, summer, fall, but it is broken up into those parts. That's why you see it addressed differently.
Excellent. Last little thing I wanted to mention, next week we won't be taping because I will be on vacation.
Good.
And looking forward to just some downtime. But I wanted to draw attention the new annex. We've got folks moving in there and we'll be sort of and doing a little informal breakfast on the 24th we wanted to let people know about.
Yeah, it's a chance for people to familiarize themselves with the City Hall Annex, see the various departments that are moving over there, building, conservation, and engineering. It's a chance for people to see what their money has bought. I think they'll be impressed with the layout over there at the building. It's great space for those three departments. There's some conference space as well, storage space, which is desperately needed, and it'll also free up space over here in City Hall proper for other departments to move around and spread their wings a little bit. We've got people in close quarters now, and they've outgrown their space. This will allow us a little bit of breathing room, and again, the opportunity to move some storage items out of hallways and closets and put them where they belong. One of the other things we hope to do is do a quick sprucing up of a couple of spaces over here so that, for example, recreation can move into the building space. And ultimately, I think what you'll see is the space created for city council. They have not had any office space here in City Hall. This will allow them a place to hang their hat, meet with constituents, and do some business here in City Hall as they're interacting with the various department heads. So once building conservation and engineering are officially over in the annex, DPW will get to work cleaning out and cleaning up some of the other spaces so we can complete the rest of the picture.
Sounds great. Thank you for the update. Appreciate it.
Cool. Yep.
Excellent. Well, next up, we're going to talk a little bit with Alexandra and Quinn. We've got some exciting things happening with a DECA, and well, thank you for joining us today. So, Alexandra, tell us a little bit about what DECA is for those who maybe haven't participated in the past or don't know about it.
Okay, so DECA is a club at the high school, and it's typically for children and students that are interested in the business field and they want to explore what business fields they could go into. And so DECA prepares students for careers in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management. And it involves competing against other schools and other students. And basically, you're given a scenario and you work through it with problem solving skills and data analysis, and you present it to a judge. And they will have a various role. They could be your client, your boss. And so you work through this situation, and you're competing against other students, so you get ranked. And then there's districts, states, and nationals. And yeah.
That's fantastic. Alexandra, what's your particular area of interest?
The last 2 years, I've worked in financial services team decision making.
Fantastic. And Quinn, how about you?
I started this year because freshman year I was a little too intimidated and like a little more nervous, but I regret not doing it freshman year, and highly recommend that people do it because it definitely helps build your confidence and your problem solving skills. And I did travel and tourism, but I think I'm gonna switch mine to sports and entertainment marketing.
Fantastic. I love that this gives you an opportunity to try new things and learn new things. So that's fantastic. I know there's a fundraiser coming up. Quinn, tell us a little bit about the run walk that you have planned.
We're hosting a Deck Dash on August 9th at 10:30 a.m., which is just you can either walk or run 5 kilometers, but it's just like 3.1 miles. And it'll take place at Horn Pond, and it'll start and end on Street side parking lot by the Woburn water pumping station. Um, and then check-in begins at 9:30. So.
Fantastic. Alexandra, tell us a little bit about how the fundraising component. Do you pay to enter? Is it donations?
Okay, so signing up for the race before July 22nd is $25 for teens and children, and it's $30 for adults. And if you sign up before the 22nd, you get a free t-shirt. And so we're taking signups, and we also on the website we take donations. We also have sponsors that are helping us out. Yeah.
Excellent. Alexandra, how much do you hope to raise this through the event?
Our goal to raise through sponsorships is 3,000, and then our goal for signups, I think we're looking to have just over 300 signups.
Fantastic. Quinn, tell us how that money is going to be used. I know it goes to good purpose.
Yeah, so the 5K helps raise money like regardless of students' financial like situations that they can participate in DECA because not everyone can afford it, but we want students to be able to enjoy a fun like competitive environment with other like people that are like them, like they're driven, minded and everything. And like then these students would also develop like essential life skills that could help them through college and their careers.
Fantastic. So it's really important. This is a type of activity where you need to compete against others, and so you have some travel expenses and things that come from this. I know in the past the team has done really well, and as have the individuals. Alexandra, just for those folks who are watching, where did they register? And remind us the day of the event again.
So the date is August 9th, and check-in is at 9:30. We will have day of registration there. And if you want to if you want to sign up online, we have it. It's through Run Sign Up, but if you look up Decadash 2025, it'll pop right up.
Fantastic. Quinn, anything else you want to add?
No, I think Alex hit everything.
Excellent. Thank you both for joining us. This is a really wonderful, easy way for us to give back to students who want to expand their horizons, get into a little bit of a healthy competitive spirit, and learn some new skills. So hopefully all of those folks who are watching, some of them will want to get out there on the 9th and join for what is a beautiful walk run around the pond.
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. Woburn, as always, please continue to take good care of each other.